The island of Mallorca never ceases to surprise. Not just for its scenery and beaches, but also for the wealth of its history and cultural offerings. No matter where you go, you won't miss out on any amazing anecdotes or odd information that don't often appear in travel books. If you're the kind of visitor who enjoys learning about the history or quirks of a destination before visiting it, you'll like learning about all these Mallorcan curiosities. They will also assist you in pleasantly surprising your other travelers with your knowledge of Mallorca. The largest Balearic island, Majorca, is located in the western Mediterranean Sea. A plain that ends at Palma Bay on the south and Alcudia and Pollença Bays on the north divides the two mountainous zones, which are each roughly 50 miles, 80 kilometers long and occupy the western and eastern thirds of the island. At Mayor Peak, the western mountains climb to a height of 4,741 feet, 1,445 meters, making them the highest of the two, Puig Major. Much of the North Shore is characterized by precipitous cliffs that are frequently about 1,000 feet, 300 meters, high. Pine trees, olive orchards, steep gullies, heavily terraced slopes, and rich valleys are among the island's diverse topography. The huge limestone cave systems and underground lakes are famous features of the less rocky hills in the southeast. The central lowland is a productive agricultural region with a distinctive two-tier cultivation. The upper tier is made up of olive, fig, apricot, orange, and almond trees, while the lower tier is made up of cereals, alfalfa, and legumes. This region benefits from the shelter that the mountains in the northwest provide. Numerous visitors are drawn to the island each year by its fairs and vibrant celebrations, such as those held in Pollença during Holy Week, mountain scenery, pleasant climate, and rich historical past. A number of prehistoric structures, including taliots, rough-chambered towers of stone, talas, temples, and burial caves can be found throughout Majorca. Among the most famous of these are those at San Vicente in the north, whose design and carvings show a strong resemblance to those in southern France, close to Alès. Because Mallorca is the largest island in all of Spain, the name of the island is derived from the Latin word insula mare, which means bigger island. Over time, the pronunciation of the sentence led to the island being referred to as Mallorca. There doesn't seem to be any other explanation for why the British prefer the letter J over the letter L, but they frequently refer to the island as Majorca rather than Mallorca. Humans have lived on the island since 700 BC. Numerous armies have tried to invade Mallorca due to its strategic location in the midst of the Mediterranean. The Romans seized control of the island in 123 BC. The invasion of King Jaime of Aragon in 1229, which marked the beginning of Mallorca as we know it today, was the most well-known. Rafael Nadal, a tennis pro, is from Mallorca. Rafael Nadal, a tennis legend, hails from Manacor in the island of Mallorca. The ambidextrous writes with his right hand and plays tennis with his left, also known as the King of Clay, was trained on the island by his uncle, a former professional tennis player. In his hometown, the Rafael Nadal Tennis Academy debuted in 2016, enabling aspiring tennis professionals to continue their studies while honing their skills. It is home to one of Europe's rare spherical castles. Being one of only a handful of circular castles in all of Europe and the only one in Spain, Belver Castle is extraordinary. It is positioned atop a forested hill overlooking the Bay of Palma. The round structure, which was constructed in the early 1400s by King Jaime II as a royal house and later used as a prison, features 3 semicircular towers and an additional big tower that is connected by a bridge over a moat. The castle, which currently contains an excellent museum devoted to the history of Mallorca, was given to Palma City Council along with the surrounding woodlands in the 1930s. The castle is now open to the public. The impressive inner courtyard is surrounded by a series of Gothic arches on the upper floor, and concerts and other events are frequently held there. The island has a long history of tourism, having welcomed celebrities like Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor in the 1920s. Beginning in the 1950s, mass tourism increased on the island. The magnificent Serra de Tramontana mountain range on the island of Mallorca was given World Heritage status by UNESCO in 2011 for its significant physical and cultural value. The Puig Major is its tallest mountain, 1,445 meters, and is the highest mountain in the Balearic Islands. The Puig de Massanella, at 1,364 meters, comes next. One of Mallorca's most notable historical landmarks is the magnificent La Seu Cathedral in Palma. A massive cathedral was erected there where a mosque had stood. Beginning in 1230, work on the cathedral lasted for 400 years. The cathedral has continued to receive new construction, with more recent additions made by famed architect Antoni Gaudí. Tens of thousands of cyclists travel to Mallorca every year for recreational riding as well as professional training and competition. The riders make use of the island's varied and difficult terrain, including Team Sky and Bradley Wiggins. Sa Calobra, a 10-kilometer path that hangs off the side of a mountain, is one of the most popular and dreaded courses for serious cyclists. A 7.1% average gradient is used to climb 668 meters through 26 hairpin curves. The Coves del Drac on Mallorca's east coast are the largest and most impressive of the incredible variety of cave systems on the island. This underground environment is home to a wide variety of enormous stalactites and stalagmites as well as sparkling underground lakes. The island has a Mediterranean climate with a year-round average coast temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and more than 300 days on average of sunshine. The island's best panoramas. At 112 meters above sea level in Mallorca, a Gothic-style stronghold was constructed in the 14th century. Its name is Belver Castle, and it has among the island's best views to offer. The city, the harbor, the Serra de la Tramontana, and the Pla de Mallorca can all be seen from there. In actuality, the name of this place means beautiful sight in Old Catalan. One of its other features is that it is the oldest castle in Europe and one of the few with circular architecture. The Dragon and the Snail. A snail and a dragon can be found concealed in the Palma City Council's facade, albeit they are difficult to spot. They were allegedly placed there as payback by the builders for the mayor's refusal to recognize their labor at the time. There can't be many Mallorcans who are familiar with this much information about their own island. Now that you know them, impress others with these intriguing Mallorcan facts. The waters of Mallorca are incredibly clear. Do you know why everyone finds the sea on the coast of Mallorca to be so transparent? Spherical Posidonia, an alga that oxygenates the water and makes it considerably more translucent, is abundant on the island's seabed. A haven for swimmers and snorkelers. A fantastic area for hiking. Although the island's beaches may be its claim to fame, if you're searching for something else, there are also several hiking routes to discover. In Mallorca, there are more than 400 kilometers of paths that will lead you through genuinely beautiful scenery. A beach that disappears? It is estimated that 25 tons of sand are lost year in people's clothes, hair, and shoes since so many people use the beach at Es Trenc, which is not surprising given that this 2 km long beach is well recognized for its Caribbean blue water and white sand. 75% of the island's overall economic output is derived from tourism. While there were only around 360,000 visitors to the island in 1960, there were about 14 million in 2016, and there are about 290,000 hotel rooms officially registered in Mallorca. Germany and the UK are the countries with the most visitors, 23% and 22%, respectively. Water shortages have frequently occurred in the past as a result of expanding mass tourism and the corresponding rise in water demand. That was for today. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel.